viewers at home, this is a lesson on bearing. As we all know, bearing means direction. Bearing means direction, and we usually present it on the cardinal points. We have the north, south, west, and east. So bearing means direction. We want to check the bearing of a point from another point. It can be due north, due east, due west, due south, or northeast, southeast, southwest, and northwest. Those are the 8 major points that we use. So we can present bearing in 2 forms. Either we use Threefigure Bearing or Acute-angled Bearing, which some people refer to as compass bearing. The Threefigure Bearing is the type that contains 3 figures, as the name implies. Like if you have 123 degrees, this is a Threefigure Bearing. If you measure a bearing and it's 45 degrees, to present it in 3 figure, you put 0 so that the digits will be 3. So the 2 types now we have 3-figure bearing and acute-angled bearing. When you are measuring the angle or the bearing of one point to another, we start from the north and we read it clockwise. That is, from the north, east, south, west, like this, north anti-clockwise. We read bearing clockwise. So if you have a bearing of like maybe 300 degrees, we can see that we have an horizontal line and a vertical line. So definitely this angle here is angle 90 degrees. This is another angle 90, and 90. So everything together is 360 degrees. So if you are to count, let's say we want to measure this angle 120 degrees now. From here to here is 90 degrees. So how do we now get the remaining part of this angle? You subtract 90 degrees from 123. 12 minus 9 is 3. So we are left with 33 degrees. So to represent this bearing now, using this cardinal point, this is angle 90, and we have the remaining 33 degrees here. So when we see something like this, it means 123 degrees. So this is how to represent bearing in 3 figure. It will have 3 digits. The acute-angled bearing form of this 123 degree, that will usually come in form of north 50 degree east or south 30 degree west, something like this. This is one we refer to as acute. You know, acute angles are angles that are less than 90 degrees. So we represent them in this form. This one gives us the direction easily without calculating. This Threefigure bearing, we have to count for us to know where the bearing really falls to. But with this, you can easily know that, okay, this is north 50 degree east. That means this bearing is within this first quadrant. It's within this place. 50 degrees should be somewhere here. So this is 50 degrees north, 50 degrees east. So this one is more accurate and then easy to identify the cardinal or the location of the point. So that's the second way of representing bearing, acute-angled bearing. You can convert Threefigure bearing to acute-angled bearing, and you can also convert acute-angled bearing to Threefigure bearing. Let's take a look at that. If I have an angle of 150 degrees. This is Threefigure Bearing, and I want to make it to be in Acute-angled bearing. From here to this point is 90 degrees. This is 90. If you take 90 degrees away from this 150 degrees, it will remain, if you subtract, it will remain 60 degrees. So this is 60 degrees. We want to convert this 150 degrees from Threefigure Bearing to Acute-angled bearing. Now, we have north, east, west, and south. We can see that the angle falls between the region of south and east. It is always southeast, not east-south. So if it is southeast, that means we'll start the counting from the south up to this line. We know that the whole of this place is angle 90 degrees. And since this one is already 60, what do we have left here? You subtract 60 degrees from 90 degrees, you'll be left with 30 degrees. So now, this 30 degrees now has given us what we want. So that means 150 degrees is the same thing as south 30 degrees east. That's what we are trying to do, converting from Threefigure Bearing to Acute-angled bearing. So we've seen it now. When you count 60 degrees, what you have left here is what you are going to make use of. So we have south 30 degrees east as the equivalent angle. Let's take another example. Say we have angle 280 degrees. Let's convert 280 degrees from Threefigure Bearing to Acute-angled bearing. 280. This is 90, 180 degrees, 270 degrees. That means we need 10 more degrees to make up 280. So this is 10 degrees. So now the angle has fallen between north and west. And since it is northwest, we don't have west-north. We will start the counting from north down to this line. This is the angle that we need. And since we know that this place, everything is angle 90 degrees. If you subtract 10 from 90 degrees, you'll be left with 80 degrees. So that means this 280 degrees is the same thing as north 80 degrees west. That is the implication. So these two angles now are the same. This is how to present a Threefigure bearing in acute-angled form. Let's take one more example. If you have 0.75 degrees, 0.75 degrees, 0.75 degrees, we want to convert it to an acute-angled bearing. This 0.75, you can see that it will still fall in between this northeast. Since the whole of this place is 90 degrees, definitely 75 degrees cannot go beyond 90. So you can see that 0.75 degrees is the same thing as north 75 degrees east. So whenever you have any acute angle that you attach 0 to, and you have to convert to acute-angled bearing, just take it 75 degrees, it will be north 75 degrees east. Even if it is 40 degrees, 040, it will be north 40 degrees east. So this first quadrant is very, very easy. You don't need to do any calculation unlike these other two sides. So now let's take a look at how to convert acute angle bearing back to three-figure bearing. From acute angle bearing to a three-figure bearing. Let's convert south 40 degree west to a three-figure bearing. South 40 degree west to this is north, west, east, and south. So if you have south 40 degree west, why is it here and not here? It is southwest. So you start your counting from south to west. This is south 40 degree west. So how do we now convert it to a three-figure bearing? We simply count from this place up to this 40, then add everything together. From here to this place is 90 degree. Then with another 90, that is 180 degree. Plus 40 degree. 180 degree plus 40 degree. We have 220 degrees. So that means south 40 degree west equals 220 degree. This is how to convert an acute-angled bearing to three-figure bearing. Let's take another example. Let's take another example. If we have north 30 degree east, north 30 degree west, rather. North 30 degree west. This is northwest. This is 30 degrees. So how do we now convert to a three-figure bearing? You count from 90. This is 90, 180, 270, then 270 plus whatever is left here. This is 30 degree. This place will be 60 degrees since everything altogether is 90. Within this north and west, we have 90 degrees. So since we already have 30 out of that 90, we are left with 60. So 90, 180, 270, then plus 60 degrees. 270 degrees plus 60 degrees. That is 330. So north 30 degree west is equivalent to 330 degrees. So this is how to convert from three-figure bearing to acute-angled bearing, and from acute-angled bearing to three-figure bearing. In our next lesson, we shall be looking at how to find the bearing of one point from another. Thank you.